Hey, California is full, so stop coming here. So if you haven't heard, the population drain has stopped, and as of 2023, we've been on the rebound. And as of this year, we're at pre-pandemic levels within 10,000 of the pre-pandemic population levels, which was the highest ever recorded. We're at 39.5 million, and all counties except for San Francisco County saw increases in population. Hi, if it's your first time here, my name is Steve Mun of the Steve Mun Group, your San Jose realtor. And in this channel, we talk about real estate and just life in general in Silicon Valley. San Jose is locally known as the capital of Silicon Valley. So it's the technology hub of Silicon Valley. And all of the major players are in and around San Jose. So you will see a lot of new people coming into San Jose area. So what are some of the pros and cons of living in San Jose? NVIDIA, currently the most valuable company in the world, is in Santa Clara, right next to San Jose. Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, they all have offices or major campuses within driving distance to city of San Jose. That's why you see a lot of people coming into the area, and it also happens to be the largest city in the Bay Area. Lots of high paying jobs and unlimited opportunities if you're in the technology field. Another fantastic thing that we have here in San Jose that people don't often talk about is the fantastic weather. Although we're in California, we have, I would say, three and a half distinct seasons. We have a definite summer, we have a definite winter, we have also a springtime and a fall time, although they're a little bit more truncated. But primarily, we're known as having a Mediterranean climate. So throughout most of the year, you're looking at between 40 to about 90 in terms of weather, which is a fantastic climate. Of course, you do have extremes where you will have a few days that's over 100, and sometimes you will wake up in the morning to find that you have some frost on the ground. But again, considering that this is California and a lot of people don't expect this, it's a wonderful experience, especially if you're coming from warmer climates. So don't forget the weather. One of the best things about living in San Jose is the proximity to all the things that you can do on the weekends. Uh, an hour away, and you're within distance to San Francisco, where you can visit Chinatown. You can visit, of course, the Golden Gate Bridge, Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf. You can take the cable car. There's so many things to do and enjoy yourself while you're in the city. You go the opposite direction south, and then you can, within an hour, go to Capitola, which is a charming seaside village with a very laid back and fantastic vibe. It's known for the Capitola Beach and Village, which is colorful with this iconic pastel buildings. And also, you have boutiques and shops within walking distance all along, and restaurants all along the esplanade. There is a newly rebuilt pier that you can walk on, uh, and they also have, and they're also known for an arts and wine festival that attracts a lot of the locals. It's a wonderful place that's not too far, yet it's cozy because it's not overly touristy and full of people like San Francisco is. It's a perfect place to throw the kids and the dog into the car for a quick half day or maybe even a full day trip. Convenient, not too much thinking. Ideal. I visit all the time. It's one of the best places for me and my family to likes to go. So if Capitola isn't your jam, then another 10 miles down the road and you're in Santa Cruz for the world famous Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, where if you have children, they can ride the amusement rides, play games, grab food. If you're also into surfing, of course, Santa Cruz is world famous for surfers and surfing. They also have a much bigger and wider pier, uh, fully lined with restaurants and bars and places where you can spend the day just eating and just looking out over at the ocean. Fantastic place. Again, wonderful place for a weekend getaway or even one day just to get away, look at the ocean, and cool your head from a busy week. Beautiful places, very idyllic, and especially if you like the ocean. And if you have high school age kids, great place to go and visit UC Santa Cruz and then give them a vision of what it feels to go to a UC campus. Or if you're into a little bit more upscale surrounding, head further down south by the Monterey Bay and head out to Carmel by the Sea. Uh, you'll have you'll visit a place with storybook buildings, fairy tale like cottages, cobblestone streets, lots of restaurants, fantastic restaurants, hotels. They're known for their upscale restaurants and galleries if you're into that cultural scene. And also if you're a golfer, obviously the world famous Pebble Beach, if you are lucky enough to have reservations in advance, or if you're not into waiting to get reservations, you can stay at the hotel and cut through the lines and play golf at the world famous Pebble Beach. And for a full weekend, there's nothing better than a trip to Lake Tahoe. It's a 225-mile or so, maybe 5 to 6 hour drive from San Jose, and you reach a wonderland, a breathtaking alpine scenery with majestic mountains. And Lake Tahoe also happens to be the largest North American alpine lake, which used to be a volcano. During the winter times, it's world famous for fantastic skiing. In the summertime, that people don't realize is there's a lot of activity during the summertime as well. Lots of things like boating, kayaking, river rafting, paddle boarding, swimming, of course, hiking. There's so much activities and so many things to do up in Lake Tahoe. And it's over the years has developed into such a major destination, not just for Californians, but from people all over the world. If you've never been there, it truly is, I believe, one of the natural wonders of the world. And if you haven't seen it, and you happen to visit in the Bay Area, it truly is a loss. If you're here, you should definitely get to check out Lake Tahoe and all that it has to offer. You won't regret it. Because of the major universities here, Stanford, UC Berkeley, Santa Clara University, lots of students from all over the world who came here to study. Many of them end up staying here and enjoying the climate, the employment opportunities. And because they stay, we are blessed with the cultural diversity of all types of people who end up coming here. And with that comes their food. And if you're a foodie like me, you get to explore and taste all types of foods that you would not have thought of, or get to explore different types of restaurants and different types of culture. And because of the high tech industry and high salaries, we also get a lot of high end eateries and restaurants coming along to meet the demands of the highly paid workers who demand better quality food. So, again, if you're into food, if you're into dining, if you're into food and wine, San Jose has a plethora of places to go and visit and explore. So, we talked about all of the pros and all the wonderful things that you can do in San Jose. Now, let's look at the flip side and talk about some of the cons. Like any city, San Jose has some challenges that you should be aware of if you're planning on moving here. The number one con that everybody talks about in living in San Jose is the high cost of everything, basically, because we are in the third largest city in California and the largest city in the Bay Area. and also because of the confluence of all of the major tech employers being centered around San Jose, the cost of living is high because all of the highly paid technology workers have driven up the cost of living. So the median price of a home in San Jose right now is about 1.75 million. A condominium will run about $850,000. So yes, it is one of the most expensive places in the country to be able to buy a home. And with the high pay and salary from these tech jobs, cost of labor is obviously the thing that makes everything more expensive. Because of high labor costs, that translates downward to everything service oriented. So from restaurant costs all the way down to cleaning services, everything relative to other places will cost more. But again, your salary, if you're in the tech industry, will also be much higher than any place else. So it's an offset. The second thing that people complain about here a lot is traffic and congestion. With the growth of San Jose Metro, obviously there's a lot more cars, and congestion has become much worse over the past 25 years that I've lived here. Uh, Now, typically, congestion starts around 2:30. This is almost similar to LA type of traffic. Once you're on the freeway at about 2:30, you'll start experiencing congestion, and that will run all the way through to 7:30. So plan your commutes to avoid being on the freeway during those times, because otherwise you'll be spending a lot of stop and go waiting on the freeway, just looking at the car in front of you. And this isn't unexpected, considering that San Jose, again, is the third largest city in California, and in terms of traffic, behind Los Angeles and San Francisco. Lots of cars, lots of traffic. And even if you are an employee of a company that provides corporate commuter service, you're still going to be in that bus for a long time, doing a lot of work in the back of a bus. Can't get away from traffic. And of course, like many cities in California, homelessness is a problem here because of the Mediterranean climate and the high cost of housing. We are seeing a lot more homeless than we used to before. And we're seeing especially a lot of the elderly segment of the population being priced out of the housing market and being forced to sleep in their cars, or in many areas, we're seeing homeless encampments to the point where it's not only an eyesore, but a problem where the city of San Jose now and the new mayor is trying to make sleeping in these types of encampments illegal. So homelessness is a growing problem, and it will continue to grow as the cost of housing and just the cost of living expenses is increasing here in San Jose. So we're seeing a much more of a division between the wealthy and the poor. It's very stark. So there you have it, the pros and the cons of living in San Jose. So are these what you expected, or did you see some things here that you did not expect? Comment below.